G'day, Brennan here from the Cargo Bike crew, and today we're looking at a new model from Urban Arrow. This is the Breeze. But where's the box, you might ask? Yes, Urban Arrow have a new longtail cargo bike. They've been known for exclusively making front-loader cargo bikes since about 2010. So let's take a look at it. I think it's a great move for Urban Arrow to have a different style of cargo bike. If you go and test ride an Urban Arrow Family or Family Next, you decide you don't really like that front-loader concept or you don't have room for something like that, you basically have to move to another brand if you want to look at a long-tail cargo bike. So yeah, now with the Breeze, Urban Arrow have something in that space of the market. It's got 24-inch wheels front and rear, the mid-mounted motor, aluminium frame, built-in rear rack for 2 passengers. It fits into a crowded space in the market, but there are lots of buyers as well. This is a really, really popular cargo bike style all around the world. At a starting price of just under 10,000 Australian dollars, it is at the premium end of the market, so it'll be competing with bikes from Reese and Muller and Tern bikes as well. It's a really handsome bike, in my opinion. And full disclosure, this review contains our own opinions, not being paid for this review. Dutch Cargo Bike loaned us this bike for the review at no cost. So yeah, the down tube here is shaped quite similarly to the new Family Next that I reviewed recently as well. So it's this hexagonal shape that keeps the design language in the family, along with this quite chunky head tube as well that looks like the one on the Family Next. And the same as the Family Next, the colours, you can get it in this nice matte black or the sage green. So the frame flows down here into this double chainstay, really nice and strong to carry the load at the back. Everything's fully enclosed under these nice covers on both sides. So you're not going to get your clothes or your toes or feet or whatever stuck in the drivetrain. There's a Gates carbon belt drive on this side, so everything is really nice and clean and low maintenance. And also back here you've got fully moulded translucent polycarbonate cover over the wheels, compared to other bikes which might just have a flat black plastic cover pop riveted on or a piece of mesh on there. It just looks super neat and premium and just lifts the back of the bike here. Looks really, really good. And if you have a look down here, there's a little pocket with some extra storage, and a nice little Easter egg is this smiley face in the bottom of the pocket. You can use this to store snacks, drinks, chain lock, or a speaker, whatever you want in there. And while the rear rack here is fitted as standard, the protection bars, the seat pads and the footrests, they're all optional extras. On the protection bars you've got a nice foam cover just to keep things comfortable, and also this extra double protection bar to keep your kids' fingers safe if you have a fall or if you rub up against the wall or something like that. The rear rack holds up to 100 kilos load, and the maximum gross load of the bike itself is 200 kilos overall. Actually, the bike itself weighs about 35 kilos overall, including the battery, which is pretty good for a cargo bike with a 200 kilo load rating and 24-inch wheels. The length of the rack is 60 centimeters long, so it's nice and roomy. You can fit a Euro crate in the back here. You can fit 2 child seats. We've got the MIK HD mounts on here. The seat pads also use that same mount, so you can take them on and off quite easily. If you don't have the seats with the MIK mounts, you can also just clamp onto the rack here. It's just a regular tubes on the side there as well. Under the seats you've got this full length pannier mounting rail. Is really nice and long. There are single and double panniers available from Urban Arrow. We don't have them on this test bike, but I've been able to fit my Ortlieb back rollers onto this rail, and they just fit nicely on there as well. The front rack here comes standard with the bike as well. It's got a 15 kilo load rating. You've got water bottle mounts on the side here. It's got MIK mounts. Urban Arrow do have a bag for up here. I wish there was a standard crate or basket or something up the front, because it's really hard to find MIK crates here in Australia. The Breeze measures 196 centimeters overall, which is about the same length as a large mountain bike, meaning whether you're looking for space to store it at home in the shed or the garage, or you're going out and about and you're trying to find space to park it on the street, it's super easy. The seating position is adjustable for riders from 155 centimeters to 190 centimeters. So on the seat post we've got this quick release. You can adjust the height of the seat up and down quite easily. And the stem is also angle adjustable. With an Allen key, you can angle it up or down to suit your preferred position. The seating position is quite upright. So compared to the Urban Arrow family, which I ride as a daily rider, there's a little bit more reach in here. And also most of that is in the handlebars, so the handlebars are a little bit straighter compared to the family, which sweep back quite a lot. There's still a little bit of sweep, so it's super comfortable here. And also the seat post angle here isn't as laid back. So when you're stopped at traffic lights, you'll feel a bit higher off the ground, but you can still touch the ground safely to support the load. And finally, the step over height is around 40 centimeters, which is super nice and low, easy to get over when you're mounting the bike. The kickstand as well is a unique design to Urban Arrow. It's got little extra feet here to help you push down on it. Simply pull it back and clicks into place. Super easy, nice and stable, even on this uneven dirt ground. To get going, you just simply push it forward. The only thing I don't really like is how loud it is when it clicks up like that, but it does mean the kickstand stays up and doesn't rattle around when you're riding down the road. All right, let's go for a ride and chat about the rest of the bike. All right, out for a ride now, and we've got the Bosch Smart System with the new Gen 5 cargo line motor. And actually this is my first ride of the Gen 5 motor, and it's super quiet. You can barely hear it even when it's working hard. It just feels ready to go. So even when you're rolling along or when you're stopped, you put your foot down and the power just kicks in straight away and takes off. The cargo line motor has a 250 watt nominal power rating, 25 k's an hour maximum speed here in Australia. It's set up for 85 newton meters of torque and 600 watts maximum power, and it'll give you 400% pedal assist on the highest mode. The battery fitted on this test bike is the Bosch Power Pack 545 watt hour, and actually I got around 55 kilometers on cargo mode, which was really impressive. You could option up to the 800 watt hour pack as well if you needed to increase the range on a single battery. The display here is the Purion 200. It's a handset and screen in one. It's pretty basic, but it works really well. If you want extra data, you can connect to the Flow app, and that also lets you adjust some settings. I do have one issue with it. My polarized sunnies just dims the screen a little bit. I've never had this issue with the Kiox head unit, so it's only on the Purion that I've had this issue. We've got the Enviolo heavy duty hub shifting system back here, hidden in the rear wheel. So it's a continuously variable drivetrain. You can adjust, there's no specific shift points, you can adjust your cadence to your preferred cadence, whatever the speed is. So if you prefer something slower, just make it a bit slower. If you prefer it faster, make it a little bit faster. It's really easy. And there's plenty of range for most tools around here. The brakes fitted here are the Tektro Valance 4-piston brakes. They have 180mm rotors front and rear, and just an organic pad compound. All right, here's a good spot for an acceleration and braking test. So we've got 30 kilos in the back, we've got 10 kilos up the front. Okay, we've got it in the lowest gear, we've got it in cargo mode. We'll see how it goes. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, there's 25 k's an hour. Spins up a little bit slower compared to a 20-inch wheel, but it's pretty good. And we'll stop here. Whoa, that's really good loaded up. I reckon that's about 4 meters. Brakes, they are really strong, but you do need to pull them. There's just a little bit more. I feel like there's a bit more lever throw compared to like a Magura brake, but they are really, really strong. All right, so here we are at our usual hill climb. We've still got the 40 kilos load, so about 150 kilos gross load. 11% average, 15% just right there in the middle. So we'll shift to, so yeah, we'll make sure we're in the lowest gear again, cargo mode, and let's spin our way up. Pulling hard. Cargo mode gives you that 400% pedal assist. You don't have to put too much load into the pedals. We're just Easily going up here, 8 k's an hour, 9 k's an hour. Pretty easy, and there we go over the steepest part. The NBLO can get a bad rap sometimes for not being great on the hills, but it's performed really well in my opinion on that hill. Okay, the tyres fitted as standard to the Breeze are the Schwalbe pickup in 24 by 2.35 inches wide. The pickup features a double carcass, so it's really good for handling those heavy cargo loads, and it's got pretty good durability as well. Yeah, corners really nicely, really nice and stable. It's something that you could do a long daily commute on, maybe after you drop your kids off at school. You need to do 15-20 k's to the office. It's pretty nice. The 24-inch wheels roll really nicely. They soak up the bumps better than a 20-inch wheel. And yeah, any curb cuts and potholes, things like that, really nice and smooth. All right, up here on the gravel, the Breeze eats it up pretty nicely. Like I said, the 24-inch wheels just roll nicely over anything. Pickup tyres, they've got a bit of tread. Not really an off-road tyre, but they do really well on these sorts of trail conditions. A bit sandy through here, no drama. We've got the Suntour Mobi 34 suspension fork up front. So this is a really popular cargo fork, really strong 34-inch stanchions, 80mm of travel, 1.5-inch tapered steerer. What else has it got? 15mm through axle. So yeah, really strong fork, really nice setup here. And I got to shout out this little mud guard down here. Too many times the standard mud guard falls a bit short and you end up with water or mud all over your toes, all over the bottom bracket, all over the motor. This one, just a little bit of an extension, works super well to keep everything nice and clean, and everything out the back is also fully enclosed as well. On the very front of that mud guard, we've got the front light mounted up there. It's a Tree Light Hammer 80. It's not a bad light. It's just a little bit narrow for my liking, the beam pattern when you're out on dark roads, no street lights, no path lights or anything like that. I'd like something a little bit wider, something a bit more premium like the Supernova M99 would probably suit this bike really well. The backlight I really like. This is one of my favourite lights on the market at the moment. It's the Spanninger Pimento brake. So it's nice and wide, nice and bright. It's also got a brake sensing function, so when you slow the bike down, it gets brighter as well to alert those behind you that you're slowing down. Here's something neat. If you've got your Flow app on here, you can control it with the hand controller. Just click the buttons and it goes through all of that. That's cool. All right, we've done about 200 k's of riding in the last 2 weeks on the Urban Arrow Breeze. What do? Well, we did a few train adventures. We took the bike on the train. It's a really good size for getting on there, especially compared to our Urban Arrow family, which is really hard to maneuver. This one's got a really good turning circle, can fit in the lifts, can fit on the train, squeeze in the corner, so no worries there. Carrying kids is no problem, so Urban Arrow are kind of the experts at carrying kids on cargo bikes, and it's no different on the Longtail. Whether you're loaded or unloaded, it rides really well. Some people say a 20-inch wheel on the back is better because it lowers the center of gravity. I could tell the difference a little bit on this, but it's still really manageable. I think also the larger 24-inch wheel helps to stabilize the bike when you're rolling. So it's more that when you're stopped at the traffic lights, you will need to stabilize yourself a bit more. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to take it shopping. We didn't have all the bags and the crates loaded up, but definitely if you're looking to use it as a grocery getter, you should have a front crate on the back. I'd get the double panniers, and then you can load some baskets in the on the back seat as well, and that'll take as much stuff as you could possibly need for your shopping. And as I've got it set up here, it's a really nice commuter as well. So I've just got the back roller on the back there, rides super nicely with just a little bit of load there. No issues at all, it doesn't feel too big. But you can also load kids up on the back if you need to. So yeah, with that, I think I've covered basically who the Urban Arrow is suited to. It's a really good car replacement, in my opinion. You can use it for anything you might be doing during the week, whether it's dropping off kids at school and then doing the commute, or you might be grocery shopping, doing activities on the weekend, taking the train further out, doing some long distance activities. It's really suited to those sorts of things. So yeah, how would I compare it to the Urban Arrow family that I ride every day? You do lose the storage box at the front. So I find that really good for just throwing stuff in, chuck the bags in with the kids. Doing the grocery shopping, you don't really need to add any extra panniers on the back. You don't need to pack it specifically for going on the bike. You can just throw the bags in the front. But on the flip side, it is very large and cumbersome, so it's quite difficult to find parking and storage. And it does take a bit to get used to the handling as well. So looking at those points, you might even ride both of them, see which one you like. This is super easy to ride. You do miss out on a bit of storage with the big box, but with the crate and the panniers on the back, I think you're more than halfway there to the storage of the family box. All right, I hope you enjoyed that review. If you found it entertaining or useful, please give us a like, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.